back again with another video. And first of all, can I start by saying Happy New Year? I hope you had a good start to 2018 and all the best for this new year. As you can see from my screen, this is the T26E4, otherwise known as the Super Pershing. Now, I was really lucky to get this thing from one of the crates. I can't really understand my luck sometimes with some of these crates. I've got quite a few tanks from it now. I've been looking forward to trying to get this thing. I was contemplating on buying it at one point, but I said, hey, I'll stick with the crate game, and one of these things managed to pop out. And boy, I've been looking to try to get one of these things. It's really trollish. Seen a lot of these on the red teams, and there's a little bit of difficulty with fighting against them, especially when you're in a tier 8 medium. This thing is trollish. Very trollish. So wanted to put a video together just to maybe talk about the tank in general and what to do if you're coming up against one of these things. For consumables, I play mine with an engine power boost, a multi-purpose repair kit, and adrenaline kit. I don't really need to talk much about this, but the tank has a really poor power to weight ratio, and that's why I play the engine power boost. The multi-purpose repair kit really speaks for itself. It's got a lot of armor. You won't need more than 2. And adrenaline is really for those moments where you need to increase the DPM for the tank. When it comes to the equipment, I play mine with calibrated shells, defense system, optics, enhanced gun lane drive, improved control, and then refined gun. I don't use the last 2 options for the 3rd tier. There's no real callouts there. Calibrated shells, the penetration isn't that bad, but it does struggle a little bit sometimes against the heavier tanks, so that's why I play that. When it comes to defense system versus improved modules, I go with defense system, but you could go with improved modules. It does help, and as of late I have noticed that the gun does get damaged quite a bit, so it might help with that. Optics, don't really need to talk about that. Enhanced gun lane drive, don't really need to talk about that. More armor helps, definitely helps against the reds, and they'll be cursing you. When it comes to the last option there in tier, the 2nd tier, I go with improved control. Now you will notice that the turret reverse on this tank is pretty slow, and that's the reason why I play that. And then the last option, I go with the refined gun as opposed to the V-stabs. I'm not sure provisions are worth talking about, but in this instance I go with improved fuel, case of cola and cans of cola. So I wanted to talk about the tank in Armor Inspector. Obviously, this is the key strength of this tank. It's got spaced armor in the front. All this area here in purple is spaced armor. And you can see from the diagram there, that's 38 millimeters of steel, and that's just the front plate. Behind that, you've got 101 millimeters of additional armor that you need to go through. Now that spaced armor, it also goes up to the turret. You can see these areas here, that's spaced armor. It's got a massive gun mantlet. So if you're pointing your gun at the enemy at any one time, and they're shooting at you, you will find that you'll bounce a lot of shots from them hitting your mantlet. As you go around the tank, now obviously it's an American tank, and it's got its weakness. This is the key weakness. You get around this tank and you shoot into its sides. You can see from the armor there, it's 76 millimeters, 50 millimeters. Even the side of the turret there, you've got 76 millimeters. That can be penned. It's American, so it's going to have a glaring weakness at the back or the rear. It's got 50 millimeters and then 19 millimeters. As you go around, now the one thing to call out, and I will call this out for anyone who's got one of these tanks, ensure you keep your gun pointed at the enemy at any one time, and be aware when you turn that turret, be aware that you're making, or you're opening up an area that can be penned. This is the side here, so you'll find that when you're turning your turret, you get a lot of shots at you, and that's how they're going to be doing damage to you. Now I also wanted to take a look at the tank through the eyes of a Centurion Mark 1. Centurion Mark 1 because it's got decent penetration. There's a lot of red. Those are the areas that will bounce. Obviously the strength here is the top plate, but even that has a weakness here at the machine gun port. Obviously the lower glacis, like any other tank, it's going to be it's got its weakness in the lower glacis, but when you angle that, there's parts of that become a bounce. In saying that though, when you angle the tank, or if you've got tanks that are shooting down at you, look at that front plate. That can be penned, and that is a glaring weakness. So you want to be careful if you're playing this tank. If you've got tanks above you and they're shooting down on you, they are going to penetrate that front plate. Also, another weakness with this tank is the turret. Now, you need a very accurate weapon in order to
damage this tank. But as I said, when you turn the turret, all that green, that's an area here that can be penetrated. If you're seeing this tank straight on and they're looking at you like that, there's an area up here with the recuperators which can be penetrated. Um, and obviously, I just want to talk about if you're attempting side scraping. I don't think you'd be doing that in most mediums, but one suggestion is that you keep your gun within on the inside of the tracks. Now, if you go beyond that, let's see what happens. And if you over angle, you make the sides very, very attractive for tanks who are trying to do damage to you. So I just want to call that out if you've got this tank. Also noteworthy mention, it has got 10 degrees of gun depression and it's got 20 degrees of gun elevation.
So on my usual style, I'm going to take you through 3 games in the tank, how it plays, how it feels, and things to look out for when you're playing this tank. Okay, so the first game, it's a game of Supremacy, it's on Port Bay, and it's primarily a Tier 8 game. So we've spawned on the northwest side, and just my thought process here, I was thinking of going for the 2 caps in town. C is rather isolated, so I'll put a call out for A and B, and I get a few affirmatives from the team. So we all head off towards the town. You can see the reload. I reload in 6.5 seconds. I think that's important to call out. Um, when I'm done trying to destroy most of the soft cover here, you can see it's a little bit slow on the pickup. Now I'm going to put it on some hard terrain here. You're going to see. I just think naturally, I think it just performs better on harder terrain. You can see the speed of it there. It picks up quite well. So we're trying to make our way into the town. Uh, Looks like we're getting the A caps straight away, and I'm just a little bit hesitant here. We do spot up 3 of the reds, but I'm just cautious of any reds that might show up on the left-hand side here. But I'm trying to keep in the middle of the town here. Um, and I mistakenly let off a shot there. I don't know if that was on purpose or what it was, but I do get spotted in the process. Do take a shot. We've already secured the A cap. We can see 2 of the reds here in front of me. Try and put a shot in the IS-5. It doesn't go through, but it did go through some bricks, so I can understand why that didn't penetrate. I'm going to try a second shot, but then I notice the AMX here has pushed right up in front of our IS-3 who's calling for help. So you can see, just trying to put shots to his turret. I do hit adrenaline. Didn't really need it in the end, but this IS-3 is a 1-shot and there's 2 ISs here. So I push up to try and support him. We've already got the A cap. No need to capture that. Just keeping an eye on the left-hand side as I go through because I could pick up shots there on the side. And push in here, in behind the container. You can see the IS-3 there. There's a little bit of hesitation there. He didn't know where to shoot me. I do put a shot in. Now he does put a shot in my side there. I showed him too much side. But you can see the gun, just no problem there with the armor of the IS-3. Going through him no problem. So put another shot in on him. Here comes the IS-6. And you can see the hesitation there on him as well. Bounce that shot. And I'm just trying to get in behind here, behind the container. I don't want to take any unnecessary shots. Try and put another shot there in the lower glacis of the IS-6, but that doesn't work out. And you can see there's an AMX here behind me who's holding, I suppose, holding the reds off from attacking my backside. IS-6 makes a push. He bounces again, and I thought he was going to go for my side there. I do put a shot in on him, and he goes to ram me here, and I'm really just trying to push him back. Put another shot in on him. You can see the AMX is pushed up beside me as well. Put another shot into the side of the IS-6, and you can just see like they're having so much trouble with the armor and where to point their guns. Uh, Move in, put another shot in the IS-6, and I'm really just trying to reload and come out and make shots. Try and make a shot there in the IS-5, and this AMX is brilliant behind me. He's just pumping round after round. Manages to kill the IS-3. IS-5 is left, managed to penetrate in there. AMX pops out again. Now, I do get shot there, but he only hits my track. I do repair it on time, and we managed to kill him. And I didn't think that was the end of the game, but that's the end of the game. The tank, when you use it like that, when you hold lines, it can bully, and it can bully ISs. You can see here from the results screen, we did get 2 missions, 2.2 of damage, second class mastery, got 1 kill, and we got 107,000. Now, most of that is probably because of the 2 missions that we earned. But all in all, not a bad game. Managed to hold that line like an absolute boss. Those 2 ISs, you could see they were hesitating. They didn't know where to shoot me. Second game, it's another game of Supremacy. It's on Black Goldville, and it is a tier 8 game. And I'm actually platooning here with my clanmate, Hubert Lack. Hubert's a good tanker. He's driving his IS-5. He's fond of an old YOLO every now and again. Good tanker though. So we spawned on the southwest hand side. I make a conscious decision here to try and push up and get the A cap. My platoon mate is also pushing up to get the A cap. So I hit the engine boost. You can see it gets into errors pretty quick with the engine boost. Um, we're on a little bit of a decline here. So again, hard cover or hard terrain. Push up here to the soft cover. We do see the RU is trying to take the A cap. Do get spotted. Put a shot in on him, no problem. There's a lightweight here just in front of me now. I'm going to attempt a shot here. I managed to hit him, but I don't penetrate him. I think I hit the turret, but I'm not doing any use there, so I'll try and push in a little bit further. You can see the reds are retreating backwards, so I'm going to try and push up and get the A cap here. You can see some of the reds. I know that there's two in front of me who have dropped from camo. There's a Panther 2 in front of me, so managed to bounce his shot and put a shot in return. And might look like I'm being a little bit greedy here, but I'm taking up space here that the RU can't go into because I've got the cap. That Panther 2 he actually does manage to penetrate me, but I'm trying to protect the RU at the same time. Um, at the same time, there's a Sturry Mill who does roll into the A cap, and you can see that I'm taking damage here to my gun. I've noticed this quite a bit. This tank does take damage to the gun, so I don't think I've actually realized it in the game. I just managed to fix it there and then. So the 54 lightweight is pushed up, and I'm just trying to keep him in a position where he's not going to roll out. But I actually abandoned him uh, because I noticed my platoon mate is in a spot of trouble. We spot the J-Pan 2, put a shot in on him, and I'm pushing in here to try and hit my platoon mate, but this is, in hindsight, this is a mistake. I noticed there's another J-Pan 2 who's rolling up. There's a RU who's COD in him, and I'm trying to support him really. Hitting adrenaline here, trying to get rid of this J-Pan 2 very, very quickly. And I make a bit of a mistake here. I go around him, but I don't keep tight enough to try and stop him from turning. But the RU dashes off. I think he knows that I've got him, and he's engaging the 54 lightweight. So we get rid of the J-Pan 2. I am taking shots in the rear, so I know there's someone in town. And I'm putting shots in here to this 54 lightweight, and that's when he gets rid of my platoon mate. So in hindsight, I should have really been more supportive there. My platoon mate, you can see the 54 lightweight, he's making a run for it, so I hit an engine boost. I'm trying to hit his track here. I don't manage to hit it there, but I do damage, and I'm chasing after him, and that's where I feel like he's leading me into a trap. It's a cruel twist. He's trying to put shots in on me. I do manage to bounce his shot. He doesn't penetrate. Again, another shot that he doesn't penetrate. And I'm just trying to figure out where the reds are, and that's where the AMX pops. So I put a shot in on him. I do take a shot there from the cruel twist, and this is where you have to make a decision on. You have to take out one of the reds. So I decide to go for the AMX. He's got an autoloader. So I go and try and turn my back on the cruel twist. Try and take AMX out of the game. I'm taking damage from the cruel twist all the time, and he's putting shots at my back now. It's 2 against 1. I'm repairing my engine. I'm pushing up to try and get the cruel twist, and in hindsight here, I press attack. I didn't know where the RU was, and the red does take a shot, but he gives a shot back, kills our RU, and I'm trying to hit him here. I'm trying to hit him, and they hit 1,000. Oh, it's just one of those games. It's a heartbreaker. It's 3.3 damage, 2 kills, first class, high caliber, Confederate, and steel wall, and you just lose it by the minimum, the smallest of margins. It's just a one shot there, the cruel twist, and even looking back on it there, this actually hurts. That's a good game though. It's a good game even if it is a loss. Give the cruel twist a worthy opponent. He played really, really well there. Um, Maybe some bad choices there from me, but oh man, that's gut wrenching. So on to the third and final game. It's another game of Supremacy. It's on Canyon, and we've spawned on the northwest side. It's another tier 8 game. I apologize. I didn't actually realize all these games were tier 8 games, so I do apologize. probably a bad representation of the tank, but probably more accurate when it comes to tier 8 games. So, yeah, I am platooning with my clanmate, the Hungry Hungarian, known as Own Boss. So, we made a call to go the B cap, and this is probably a good reflection of the tank and what it can do using its gun depression. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression. Just using that on hills and putting shots over. So, making my way over to the B cap. Um, and we've noticed that one of the reds is already in the B cap. So it's a cruel twist. You can see he's concentrating on the rest of the team, putting shots in on his turret. He isn't really presenting any issues when it comes to his armor. These things are paper, so he's getting a lot of shots attracted to him. So just pushing up there, trying to spot for our team. They're putting shots in on these two tanks. There is a Drac on their team as well. I do take a shot there, take another shot. See the bounces, like this tank, I swear to God. These black spots just appear on the screen. It's unreal. Taking multiple shots there, no pens, and you can see the turret just handles really well. Just the key point really is just to keep moving. I see they've got a Super Pershing on their team. Put a shot in on his backside. Do take another bounce. I see the reds are forming over here on the right hand side, so I'm going to have to push up at some point and probably take some damage. So I'm pushing up into the B cap, keeping an eye on the tanks here in front of me, trying to put a shot in on the T44, and you can see long distance, the gun isn't that great. I do attempt a shot here on the RU, and yeah, it doesn't go through. But never mind, I'm going to try and push up here and trying to kill this Drac. These can be sneaky little buggers, so I'm hitting adrenaline, putting shots in there. I'm willing to sacrifice some of my hit points here. I am going to get hit probably in the back. I'm focusing down this Drac and just trying to put shots in him. I do get tracked. Do manage to bounce another shot though. And you can see he's making a run for it. Trying to shoot him here. I bounce a shot from him. I don't know where my shot goes. But make a decision here to try and push back. Try and take this Drac out. So pushing up here. I'm probably going to take a shot as I come up here, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice to get rid of this tank. Do take a shot, but manage to finish off the Drac. And I think it's the Super Pershing on the other team who's managed to hit me there. Now, I do see my platoon mate, Own Boss. He's in a spot of water here. He's beneath me, but he's keeping this T44 in a track position, and he hasn't got the gun depression to shoot Own Boss, so just pumping him with shots. He's just focusing on my teammate and managed to put in another shot and trying to finish him off here as he just goes over the ridge and managed to finish him off. So Own Boss is free to move now. He's going in and around. I'm going to take up residency again up near the B cap just to see who we can spot maybe on C. We did have C originally, but the Reds have taken it over. You can see the Tiger 2 is also pushed up. Just telling Own Boss to be careful. But I think he knows where the Reds are at this point. And that's where we spot up the Super Pershing on the opposing team. So try and take a shot there, and that's where you let it aim. So you can see his sides. He puts a shot in on me, but I managed to bounce it and I put a shot in on him. I'm hitting adrenaline to try and see if I can track him. Do take a shot there from the RU. Trying to put another shot in on him. I do manage to hit him from that distance, but he does hit me and he tracks me as well, doing some damage. But I can see Own Boss has made his way right around to the Super Pershing, and he's taking him on. He's so aggressive, and that Super Pershing isn't facing him. So you can see there, Super Pershings, when they turn the turret, no problems whatsoever. So putting a shot in on him, Own Boss hits him, and I managed to finish him off. And just trying to finish off the last RU at this point. Own Boss is making his way up. You can see he's already putting shots in, and here's where you can see this tank on a hill. It's painful, but you can see the gun depression working its way there, and I managed to finish him off with the last shot. So 4 kills. We didn't get any bases on that one, but platoon mate and myself, we had a really good game there. I managed to get a first class top gun, steel wall, 2.7 damage and 4 kills. I could see with the badges there I got 142,000 credits. Own Boss with 3.4 damage. Really big game from him. So good game. Really good carry from Zenoobs. So guys, there you have it. That is the T26E4 or Super Pershing. I do apologize. I didn't realize I had no Tier 9 games in this review. It was only when I put the clips together in the end that it actually dawned on me. These were three games that I played particularly well in the tank. Still haven't got the ace. I'm not trying to say that the tank doesn't have a place to play or it doesn't have a play style when it comes to Tier 9 games. If anything, far from it. These are two shots that I bounced within the same game from two Tier 9 tanks, so it does play well in Tier 9 games, but you just have to be wary that your armor won't bounce as many shots. Hopefully, this review will be helpful for anyone who has the tank or is fighting against it. Hopefully, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.